Hello, listeners. This is the Cup of Ambition podcast. I'm Emma,
And I'm Hanny.
and this is a little podcast that we're starting to talk about the show Ambition. If you're listening and you don't know what Ambition is, it's a fan-created series by our friends Maggie and Esther that are semi-inspired by the characters in Performance World that centers around a performing art school. You can read it and find more information at ambitionsoars.tumblr.com.
Yeah, and a little bit of a warning is that it's not going to be spoiler free. So you might want to go and read the series out, just check it out, then come back to the podcast. And there might be a little bit of profanity.
All right. With that being said, sit back, relax, and pour yourself a cup of ambition. We want to shout out our friend Sunny for the name idea, and also Dolly Parton for being iconic
Hell
and writing
yeah.
that lyric. So, Hanny, my first question is what made you want to start this? Because she came
Right.
up with the idea.
Yeah, so I was just watching another podcast and I was thinking, it would be really fun if me and Emma were able to make a podcast and just talking about ambition because I think she has a great amount of um, critical thoughts and analysis, and she's able to understand things about this series, and I love hearing things about her explaining that. And I was like, and I could be, I could be a little funny about it too. And I was like, you know what? A podcast sounds great. Also, I think it'd be really fun to introduce people this way to ambition, maybe.
Thank you. I appreciate that, and yeah, I was like, can I do this because it just seems like fun. I love talking to Hanny, and she's a very fun person to talk to. So, what's better than talking to your friends about something that you're both interested in?
Exactly. And it's just fun.
Mm-hmm. So this episode is about the pilot, the revamped version.
Yeah.
And a quick summary is that it's all about Riley and her just getting introduced to Adam's Academy.
Yeah. Also, you know what I really liked about this episode is that it kind of starts you off with an advertisement to the school.
Mm-hmm.
And I just love that. I like that they added that in the revamped pilot because it's like, yeah, here's this commercial to our school, and throughout the school throughout the episode, my bad, you kind of see how it's like there's a big contrast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I totally agree. I really like the addition of the advertisement because it really just highlights like the juxtaposition of how it's advertised and how like they want people to see it, but it's actually a lot more chaotic and cutthroat and less like super community based than how they tried to come off as in the commercial.
Yeah, it's very fun to kind of just see. Oh, I'm sorry. Jesus. Whoops. Too much talking over here. My bad. That was my bad, y'all. Anyways, yeah, so also it's a great introduction because we get to see our DILF Jack. Like, what an amazing
Yeah,
introduction, y'all. Like, what's better than seeing his beautiful face? Matthew Lawrence. Come on, King.
I completely agree. I didn't know if we wanted to put in the deep end the Dill thing, but we're here and I could not be more happier. It was a wonderful introduction to see him.
Yeah. Also, can you believe that man is in his 40s? Like, okay. Come on. That can't be true. 40s? Come on, King.
He's
Oh
young
my.
and spry.
Yes. Anyways, okay. A little bit of what goes on in the episode is just, Riley is introduced to school. We meet a bunch of characters. It's like your regular pilot. You're introduced to characters,
Mm-hmm. So I
and you
guess.
figure you like them.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say the first scene is it's Riley getting ready for school, and we see the first performance of the whole series, Changes, which is actually my favorite performance from the episode.
And
Also,
how come? Like, what is it about it that you're like, okay, this is my favorite?
well, first of all, I was gonna say, side note, when Hanny and I were brainstorming what we're supposed to be, like what we want to talk about, our first thing was DILFs, which I guess ended up being the first thing that we talked about next to Hanny. And like way later after, we were like, oh, this is a musical show, we should talk about our favorite performances. So that, I guess, kind of tells you we're not like super big musical people. We're
not
here
at
for
all.
the characters.
Mm-hmm.
But we vowed we have to listen to every single song this read.
Yep.
Did you?
That was hard, but I did. I pulled through, y'all.
Me too. Yes. I would say, yeah, this episode, there's like a large concentration of musical theater stuff. So sometimes it was like, all right, but changes
right.
was my favorite was my favorite performance because it's the first one. It's a fun song, and I think just like sets the tone. It's good for the montage that kind of happens. And I'll be honest, I loved that it was from the Shrek soundtrack, that it had the Shrek art on it.
That's true.
That sold me.
I mean, anything that has Shrek, what more could you possibly want, truly?
So true.
I mean, one thing I like about this series is that I'm always learning new songs, because not this one, I knew about this one, but there's songs in here that I'm like, damn, how did these people find these songs? And sometimes they're like very low key. I've never heard of these before, never seen. I'm like, I'm learning lots of new songs. I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it. But I'm still, I'm still 100%. What was I going to say? I was going to say something, but let's move past that.
Okay. I'll add to it that I've definitely found some new songs and stuff through the show, which is fun when I do listen. And now we'll be listening to everything.
Yeah.
We're really great viewers, as you can tell.
I love how we're the ones starting the podcast.
We're like, we don't even like really have the full experience of the show, but
but hey, but now we do.
Yes. All right. So I guess we can talk about the character introductions at the start.
Yeah, that's I feel so bad for Riley, because homegirl getting started in a new school, especially after she was, well, this is something that's gonna show up later in the series, in the episode, where she gets bullied, and that's why she leaves her past school and she joins this school, which is like so funny because all these bitches are crazy. They're a little rude to her, so it's like, is she gonna be okay?
Yes.
Will she be okay?
It's definitely, like we were talking about with the advertisement, it like tries to pass the school off as like, this is a community where you'll make music, and then it's like, no, actually, like a lot of these bitches are insane and rude. Like when Farkle and Maya were like amused at her performance.
Oh yeah.
Rude. Oh, Lucas's remark.
Oh my god.
Unassuming choir girl. Okay, we're getting ahead, but we can talk about it. Like I was just like, oh my god.
Yeah, I actually wrote down in my notes that when he said another unassuming chorus member, I was like, what was the reason for him to say this? But then I was like, he just wanted to talk to her, but he didn't know how to sing. He didn't know how to sing nicely, so he was just like, okay, unassuming chorus member.
You know what? That is like, true, okay. Because like in the description of that scene, it was like he didn't seem impressed, right? But like he was actually watching her.
Whereas like he was focused on it.
Mm-hmm. Whereas in the other performances, like he would not listen or watch, and like, he hates listening to people perform. So maybe that was his way of like pretending to be unaffected, but to talk and be like, you suck, but like I'm actually choosing to talk to you right now.
He's so funny, actually. I was like, okay, edgelord, let's calm down just a little bit. But yeah,
Literally.
but we get introduced to him in like the funniest way possible. Like I know it's supposed to
Oh
be
my god.
very serious, but when Riley is going throughout the school, she like comes upon the techies like hang out near the stairwell. And we have Isadora, and then we have Lucas and the rest of the techies, who I love. But we have Isadora, who's a little bit grumpy, and then we have Lucas with his little switchblade,
Oh
which is
my god.
how did he come into school with a switchblade?
Yes. 1000% I agree. And this goes to a larger problem that I have, where I believe, as much as I love Jack and the other characters, Triple A needs to be shut down.
Period.
And
Yeah.
it's just like a danger to the students, to New York, to the world at large, to be honest. Like, this is an emergency. And so this is something that I have been thinking throughout the show. And now that we're going through it, I will be tallying and pointing out every single infraction that I think sets off alarm bells for me.
And you know what? You're doing the Lord's work, honestly.
So in a total, there was 4 of them that I had, and that was the first one. Playing with a switchblade out in the open. All these people are singing, who's doing anything? This is a danger. Right?
Yeah.
So,
like, how is he allowed? Is the first thing. Like, nobody stopped him. This is New York. What's going on, y'all?
Well, maybe that's the answer why he did it without getting in trouble. Is New York. It goes either way, I guess.
New York, crazy, y'all. Gotta have protection.
The other characters, or the notes that I made, Farkle just being Farkle, and when Riley was like, "What the hell is that man about?" I enjoyed that part. And Charlie holding court with all the girls. I will just say, I got my eye on him.
Immediate. Just, I sense something.
Yes. Again, there will be spoilers, and I'll probably talk about that a little bit later more about it, but yeah, I see the vision. The framework was being mapped out.
It was all there. It was planned out. You can you see it.
I see it. It's my 5th eye is open.
Period.
I'm attuned to things that maybe certain people are not. Let's put it
I just find it so funny because it's like, okay, we see that he's with a bunch of girls, and it's kind of like she passes by him, and it's like in the episode, it's like friendly or flirtation. It's like, maybe he's just being friendly, you know what I mean? Like, have you guys ever just smiled at somebody and you don't mean anything? Like, why does it have to be flirtatious, Riley? Like, why are you thinking this way? Because it's like, stop it, girl. It's not like that.
Yes. And especially like.
Actually, you know what? What am I talking about?
No,
because I was gonna say, like, you know what? I fall in love with every man that smiles at me. So you know what? Just like, not. Like that?
I just feel like, to me, I envision. Well, I guess like he's a very charming person, so he has a nice smile. But like also, kind of what I envision is just like that, like awkwardly polite kind of smile. Like,
it's not white person smile.
Yes, that's what across the street. That's what I was kind of like envisioning. It's like, is that flirty? I guess it was like had to be more charming for her to think it was like flirty or whatever. So then, we get into the auditorium when they're like, okay, it's time to sing, y'all.
God. So. Oh, but wait, but before we get there,
no,
you're fine. There's this introduction to like Farkle, and he's like arguing with Angela, which is a teacher there, Angela Moore, and I mean, he's wearing a blazer at school. He's arguing with the teacher. Like, boy, get out of here.
Literally.
I'm not
What
trying
a
to say
nerd.
bullying is okay. I'm not trying to say bullying is okay. But I'm just saying that he has to get bullied a couple of times. A blazer king? Come on, dude. Get out of here.
I wouldn't put an infraction down for like hostile bullying environment if it was against Farkle at this point. I'll just say that. Like, I think it's not necessarily hostile. It's like he needs to be humbled and taken down a peg.
Yeah, for real. He's a little too much sometimes.
Yeah. So yeah, I was, about Farkle, I was gonna bring up the fact that he like fucking pushes them like off the stage to get on. Like, bro, it's not that serious.
You think that they were being held hostage by the way that they were singing? Like, we have to be perfect, or else it's just like the end of the world. Like, y'all, you're 15. Let's calm down a little bit. You're in high school.
Literally, like, was it that important? I don't think so. I also, okay, so we actually listened to the songs this time, right? One, I'm going to say Farkle is pretty obsessed with Young Frankenstein because I remember he has like a bunch of other numbers. So that's just an observation I made. But one of the lyrics, yes, well, obviously I remember because it was the one performance where Asher and Farkle somewhat interacted in a dream. So that's why I remember. We'll unpack that at another episode. I don't think y'all are ready for that. We'll get there later. So, but there's a lyric that was like, so the song is like young man about town or whatever, like everyone's gonna be obsessed about you. And there's a line that said, "You're gonna break every heart." I was like, I was like, you're not.
Who said that? Who said that? But you know what? There's like a scene where the girls are talking in the what's it called?
In the
changing room. Yeah. And they're like, you know what? Farkle's kind of cute now. And I'm like, I don't know who's lying to you, girl, but he is not cute.
With the blazer?
He's wearing a blazer.
No.
I don't know about that child, but okay.
No. But
everybody has their taste.
Well, I mean, okay. But I was gonna say, in a way, he does break every heart in the later season, but not in that one. And I'll just say that.
Damn, Emma. I like that.
I was like, no, that's not you. So maybe they were thinking that.
Oh yeah, maybe that was like foreshadowing. Oh my God, Emma. That could be it. Maybe you see what I mean?
Like, you're insane.
No, but I think you're right. I honestly, now that you say that, you're on to something, girly. You're on to something.
And just the idea of him being like, I have to be well loved. Like, I'm gonna be the man about town. Everyone's gonna be talking about me. Well, people will be talking, but not praise for lots of reasons. We'll just say that.
Right before he performs, we were introduced to another character, which is Sean. And I mean, homie really does not want to be a teacher, to be honest. He comes in 10 minutes late, absolutely disgusting, a mess.
Disgusting, Jesus.
I mean, he's literally unshaven. He's probably a little.
How is that disgusting? You literally want Peyton with his disgusting Sasquatch beard that has like bugs and crumbs in it.
Okay, but listen. Peyton is cute. Sean is old, a little musty. In the later season, he's a little bit more better. But I just find it so funny that he's just does not give a shit about his job, Emma. Yeah. He's in there.
No, I would agree.
Reason.
And so he's like, he comes in late. The reason is my second infraction: nepotism within the school. Yeah. Because Sean and Jack are brothers, and Jack gave him the job just because he needed a job. And also, there is nepotism with the Matthews. Miss Riley Matthews, her uncle is the guidance counselor, and her father, Corey Matthews, disgusting.
Like a shiver, disgusting.
Literally, I have chills and goosebumps in the worst way possible. He's a teacher, like just a, well, can I even call him a teacher? He doesn't teach anything, but he's, just a gen ed. I think he does like history or whatever.
Yeah, and
so there's nepotism.
Yeah, on that note of nepotism, there's a scene where Jack and Eric are kind of going at it, like, there's a lot of what's their last name, Hunters and Matthews in here, and then, but it's funny to me because it's both of these people have nepotism hires that are absolutely shitty teachers. Not a single one of them had a good teacher, because I'd understand if maybe Corey or Sean were good teachers, but one does not care about his students, which is Corey. He's not a good teacher. He's kind of
he's mean.
He's mean, a little rude to the students. And then we have Sean who doesn't really care. He's just there for a paycheck and go.
Yeah.
So it's funny to me that you're arguing about this.
Yes. And I would also say that Corey, I feel like, and this is one of my main issues with him, I don't think he understands what is going on at this school at all. Like, I don't think he knows what is happening at all. Like, at least maybe Sean, like, somewhat 2% knows, like, oh, okay.
True, yeah.
Like
a techie issue.
Later, like, like if Lucas and Issa are upset about something, they'll talk to him about it. Who's talking to Corey? No one wants to talk to Corey. So, not even his own daughter. So,
his own daughter is like, nah, I don't know him like that.
So, anyways, and then, I guess if we're talking about teachers or the staff, we can also talk about, like, Angela.
I mean, I don't have really, like, that strong of an opinion on her. Like, she's there. I mean, she could be a little better to some of the students because she definitely has favorites, but can I blame her? Some of these kids sometimes you're gonna like somebody more than the other,
But but her favorites are Farkle and Maya.
Yeah, now that you said that, now that I think about it, you're right. I don't care about that. Oh, actually, you know what? That brings me on to another thing where Angela goes and snitches on Sean to Jack, and she's like, your brother's doing a shitty job. He's horrible. And then what makes me mad is that she kind of, when Jack is like, okay, but the techie students haven't said anything bad about him. She's like, of course they wouldn't, because they don't seem capable of speech. I'm like, you bitch, those are students. Like, be nice. Like, let's be nice to them, especially because the techie students do a lot of work for the performers. So I'm like, okay, you know what? This is so disrespectful. Put some respect on them, okay?
You're so right. And also, I was gonna say, from that scene, my third infraction is that Angela and Sean, they have a past baggage. They used to be lovers, but then they had a little falling out, which we'll find out more of later in the season. But they let that kind of like affect their teaching and like how they treat each other, and like bitching to Jack or whatever and all that stuff. So maybe to me, not the largest issue, but like I feel like it's an issue compounded on top of the fact that Sean is a nepotism hire and Angela is like plays favorites and is like rude to the techies and stuff. Actually, I'll add the fact that Angela was rude to the techies.
Thank you.
So there's 5 infractions right now.
We'll just keep adding. We'll just keep adding to make sure.
For sure. Maybe number 6 is that they let Farkle come in with a blazer.
Freaking blazer. That's worse than
they should kick him out.
That's like an act of just violence against every
student. That's a fashion crime.
Yeah, honestly, I think Lucas is fine for having the switchblade now.
Now that we put it in perspective, maybe it's not that.
Maybe he has a reason, actually. Maybe. It's fascinating to me that these teachers they're not that great. You would think that a school like Adams Academy would be hiring better teachers, better staff. Like, the only staff member that I like is the janitor. Like, let's go, Harley.
But he has issues too later.
Okay, but he cleans up all the shit that these kids
Yeah.
do. Like, he
No,
deserves
he's
100% of the respect.
yes. I will say he's probably the least. Well, it gets complicated later.
Yeah. I
But
mean, to be
with
honest,
everyone,
Jack does a really good job at, like, he does care for his students, and I think
yes, I love Jack.
that's definitely something that's important because he's the principal. And I feel like sometimes principals they don't give a shit.
Mhm.
Sometimes they'll just do what they need to do for the school, but they won't care about the students actually. But
Mhm.
with Jack, you see that he gets involved with them. He actually cares for them, and I like
Yeah.
that. I like that in a principal.
Yes.
And
I
you know
would.
what helps is that he's a DILF.
Yes. Puts it over the top. I was gonna say, to your point, one of my favorite quotes that I wrote down was Jack when he was like chewing out Sean for like not trying. And he was saying, "What matters are the students. We show up for them, even if everything else is in chaos."
Oh my god,
And
Emma, I literally wrote that down too.
we're like in sync. Yeah, so I love that quote because it just shows how much Jack cares, and I love Jack, and I thought it was poignant.
I know. That's why I wrote it down because like this is it hits home. It shows you how much he cares. Like what's his personality as a character. Like you look at him, you're
Mhm.
like, damn, okay, King, we see you.
Yes.
Right. So
Um,
then,
Maya's performance. Do we have any thoughts on that?
you know what? I actually ranked the performances. I forgot to mention this.
Ooh.
So for the Man About Town, I put that as 7.5 out of 10.
Okay.
Mainly because
Okay, so you gave them like star ratings.
yeah, I just give them just like a little bit of
Okay.
ratings. I thought that would be a good way to rank them because I forgot to mention this. I thought it would be good to rank them. I was like,
Okay.
I don't know how to explain it, but I just based off the feel, the vibes, he got the 7.5 out of 10.
Okay.
I think he would have gotten an 8 had he not been wearing a blazer.
Wait,
Personally,
so what was your changes rating?
oh, I didn't write that down.
Okay, well I guess it wasn't your favorite. Okay, so
No,
what was
but based off it being like performed by Riley and Jack, I think I would have given that like a 9 to be honest.
true?
Because I'm going off like maybe some bias, you know what I mean? Because like with
And that's
Farkle,
fine.
so yeah, I think I would have given that a 9 out of 10 for sure.
Okay.
And it's a good song too, you know what I mean? Like I'm also going off the song because I don't really care about Young Frankenstein. You know,
Mhm.
like not to be a hater. I know it's your fave. No, it's not your fave. Changes is your fave. My bad. My bad.
No, I'm
I know
not. Yeah,
some.
you're fine.
Yeah, I know some people like the Young Frankenstein Broadway. You know, I don't really care for it, but I only care
Mhm.
about Phantom of the Opera. But whatever.
And that's the next episode, and I think we should dedicate like 20 minutes to talking just about that.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Mhm.
I want people to know what to expect because I will go off.
Okay. Yes, get ready. Okay,
Right. So
so Maya.
Maya's reports. Yeah. What did you think about it?
Um well, first I was going to say the other favorite quote that I wrote down was Dylan being like, "I think I should go next. What if I did just to throw her off?" Cuz that's so fucking funny to me.
That's beautiful.
Otherwise, um I don't know. I really don't have that many thoughts. I was just like, okay, Wicked. I like that. I like the little moment about how Farkle was like pissed off that she chose Wicked, and like that, you see their kind of rivalry and how they try to get under each other's buttons and stuff.
Yeah, like that was one of my favorite quotes. I put, "This bitch knows I claim rights to all numbers in the alphabet song canon." Unbelievable. But then my favorite part was when
Yeah.
Dave says it. He's like, "Okay, what is a song canon and how do I get one?" Like David is
I love
honestly,
that line.
I love him. He is the himbo king of my heart.
I love Dave
Love
so
him.
much.
Also, you know what's funny to me?
Mhm. What's
It's
up?
when Riley and Eric are talking and Eric is kind of explaining all the students.
Mhm.
And he goes and mentions Farkle, and he's like, he's certainly our Rachel Berry, if nothing else. And I had this moment of just how funny would it be if Riley had never seen Glee? She's like, who the hell is Rachel Berry? And why is Eric so well known about Glee? Like, what is he? What?
Because he's gay.
All right, yeah, I didn't think about that point, but okay, fair enough.
I
There
was
has to be one student who's never watched Glee. I feel like maybe Lucas,
yes.
yes, but
Well,
come
okay,
on.
yeah, for sure. I mean, okay, well, spoilers for the 307 that just came out that have, oh, well, this is like a billion spoilers. We know that other people in this universe have not watched Glee.
Oh yeah,
So,
you know what? You're right. You're right. They did mention that the
yeah.
boys.
The
That's all you're getting. The boys.
I was gonna say that I love that scene where Eric is like introducing everyone. It's really fun. I love all the like freeze frames and stuff.
It's very Mean Girls when they're explaining to Katie like
Mhm.
the cliques of the school. I love that. Beautiful.
And also again to have my fifth eye open, Charlie never dates any of the girls. Just putting that on the table. This is my board, my cork board that I'm making.
Yeah. It's funny because actually, you know what? I think I wrote that down too. I find it so funny that Charlie's a ladies' man and he's never been publicly seen dating one. Like,
Mhm.
hello? I love
The
how
fact that
I
Eric,
wrote down.
like Eric being like, "Watch out," but he's literally never had a
Like,
girlfriend.
Eric,
Like, okay,
come on, King. Charlie is
literally,
just, what kind of makes me sad because Charlie's just super nice to people
yeah.
and to girls, but they just, oh, he's a ladies' man. Why is he a ladies' man if he's just being nice? Why are
Mhm.
we assuming that he's like a little slut? He's not. Like, hello? Not
True.
to slut shame anybody, because like you do what you want, but he's not a
Yeah.
slut.
No.
What's going on, guys? He's just having fun, like he's nice. I think we should all strive to be nice to people.
Yes. I think that's
I
a
think
pretty safe PSA to make. And I'll agree.
right. After
Um,
after the
what's up?
Maya performance, I think we move into we skipped around a little bit because actually after the Maya performance, we see the Angela and Jack conversation,
I
which
think we should. Yeah. What?
no, you can
Sorry.
go. What do you want? No, you can go.
I was just gonna say. I feel like it's time for the cafeteria scene.
Yeah, I was about to say like I just want to get to that already.
Okay. Let's get to it. Um, what a scene! This
A lot of shit
showcase.
happened.
Yes, I said my favorite dynamic for this episode was Riley and Zay. And in this scene, Riley's like trying to figure out where she's gonna sit in the cafeteria, which is already daunting enough. But then you have like all the crazy ass bitches at the school. But Zay throws her a lifeline and is like, "Come hang out with us." And I just love Zay.
Yeah, I love that. That was really, it kind of shows you how he is as a person. Like he's not one of these other little mean diva bitches who
Mhm.
don't care about nobody. He actually does have friends, like genuine friendships, because we have
Mhm.
Nigel, we have Yindra, and like, what more could you want from a character? My man is amazing.
Mhm.
Anyways, then we get to Zay, like his performance, and I love it. I
Yes.
love how it kind of, it's his performance, but he also includes other people.
True.
Like, cause it's like
Yeah.
a kind of like a thing where it's like in the lunchroom, everybody is singing
Mhm.
and dancing around. We
Yeah.
have, but you know what's funny is that Maya's like, no, you can't join this to Darby. And I'm like, girl, stop being
Yeah.
so rude.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. I think it really highlights like how he's a diva, but he's not like Farkle and Maya, where Farkle will be like dragging people off the stage to be first,
Yeah.
and then Maya chooses someone else's like niche performance or whatever. Like, well, Wicked is not niche, but you know, like their like thing that they like to do. She's like, I'm gonna take that, and you can't participate in this. Like, it's very self-centered. Whereas Zay is like he likes to be with people and like I think he feels confident enough in his performance ability to not like feel threatened by performing with other people and having a good time. Like I
Mhm.
think part of his thing is like he loves like kind of the community and joyous aspects of like performing in art and stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas Maya and Farkle are like very much about getting attention.
Ugh, I know. Like I would bully them.
Well,
Well, not bully them
yeah.
because I don't think I would really. I would honestly just mind my own business, to be honest. But I would be
Well,
so over them.
no, I wasn't criticizing you for that. I was saying if we're talking about what we would do,
Oh yeah.
but let's explain what
A little bit.
happens when they're Lucas
Performing.
gets upset at them performing because he hates performers and stuff.
He's just like over it, honestly.
Mhm.
But here's the thing. We see that he goes and then starts a fire to get the sparkler system to
Mhm.
start. And I get it
Sprinkler.
that I don't know what it's called, but what is it? The
Sprinkler.
sprinkler system. And okay, I get it. How is he allowed to have a lighter in school?
Mhm.
My man's got a
Another
switchblade,
infraction.
a lighter, starts fires. Isn't that like the fire department's gonna keep coming here for no reason? Which means that he's possibly taking a fire that actually needs attention away because he doesn't like people
True.
singing. Like, are you kidding me, Lucas? Where's your I love
Really,
him. He's like, oh, he's so
what if
stupid.
someone died because he made the
Did that.
fire department?
Yeah.
Let's think about
I
the
mean,
butterfly effect, y'all. Like
it's horrible when
somebody
you
could
think
die.
about it.
Mhm.
Okay, but I had written down that they're kind of I don't get it. Like the techies are over the singing, you know what I mean? I get it
Mhm.
in a way where it can be pretty annoying, but if Adam's Academy is like so it's hard to get into and it's expensive
Mhm.
and like we see later on some of these students are in scholarship. So like they don't even have the money to go, but they're getting a scholarship. Of course
Mhm.
they're gonna take the chance to do whatever they want, like singing, getting everything their talent. So I
Mhm.
don't understand why they're so mad at them for singing all the time.
True.
Like, can
It's
we get
like
a little respect?
mhm. It's
Yeah.
like you are in a performing arts school. Like
Literally,
people
like, what
are
do you
gonna
want?
I can understand their grievances, but it's like to get to that point, like honestly, I would just go out in the hall and hang out. Like, why do you
Yeah.
have to?
You're starting a freaking fire. Well, not really a fire, but he, like, starts smoke. And it's like, you're taking oh my god, like, these extreme measures to
Mhm.
stop them from performing, and it's like, what? It's not hurting you,
Mhm.
so relax. But you know what? That's what makes him so, what's it called? What's the word? Complex.
Fun, interesting, complex. Yeah, what we're harping on him, but I think he's like both of our like in our top crop of
Yeah.
characters.
Yeah. Like,
But
overall,
he's a little bitch
yeah,
kind of in this at the
little
start
bitch boy.
of the show. Yeah,
Yeah, but
but
that's why we love character development, y'all.
true.
Let's go. Let's go.
And the show's good at it. Woo.
Yeah.
So I don't even know how to broach this topic. Basically, we were talking about what would we do if we're at this school. And as friends of the creators, you know how there is the A class and then there's the B class. We don't focus on the B class.
So
But
rude.
but there is a character that they just like gave random names to, and one of them is Emma Han, which is a combination of us two, right?
And I love
So
the fact that we're just in the show.
yes, so we were thinking kind of a lot of times we talk about if B class was shown, like how would we react to certain things, and so this is our segment, what would Emma Han do? And we thought the cafeteria scene is like one of the most dramatic moments, and we would probably be there for it in the cafeteria.
Yeah.
So
What
what
do you
would
think
we
we're
do?
eating? What do you think we're eating, first of all? Like, do you think we're having just a sandwich or like one of those ugly ass little pizzas that they're giving? Wait, do they even give free pizza at Academy?
Yeah, I
What's it
wonder
called?
like the quality of their food.
Like, do you think it's good food? Like, I'm obviously no steak, obviously, but is it this shitty public school food?
I feel
Like,
like it would be like okay because it's like expensive. Like it's probably not amazing, but it's like a step above.
I hope,
Yeah. I would
especially how
say
expensive it is
yeah.
to go to this school. That doesn't count.
Mhm.
It better be good food, y'all.
Yeah, so are we buying from the no one is going to hear about this. Are we, we buying from the school or did we bring something?
Oh man, I don't know. I feel like we would buy something just for like the easiness of not having to
Okay.
bring anything in our hand.
I'm feeling like tater tots.
Oh my god, I'm always feeling tater tots. Tater tots are
Okay.
so good.
I think we just have a plate full of tater tots.
Yeah, we just have ketchup
We
on the
just
side.
stole all we stole all of it.
When the
And
sprinkler system goes off and the tater tots start getting mushy, we're like, no.
yeah, would we save I guess would that be our paramount thing? Like we have to like Maya was like, I have to protect my hair.
Oh,
Are we
honestly,
running out to protect our tater tots?
yeah. Honestly, I think we should.
Okay.
We should
I'm sure
100%
this
save the
was
tater tots.
okay, I will agree. I'm sure that was very riveting for everyone listening.
But the real question is, do you think we were involved in the dancing, or do you think we were just eating the tater tots the entire time?
Ooh. Ooh. Okay, this is how I envision we have okay, this is what I'm thinking. We have like a handful of tater tots in one palm and we're dancing but like taking periodic like
We're just
tater
eating
tot
tater
breaks.
tots.
Like we're
Oh
dancing
my
and
god.
we're singing but like we're taking a break and we're in the fray. But
Oh
when the
my
sprinklers come off, we like swan dive off of the tables to protect the tater tots. Like
Oh my god, I love that. I like the visual image in my head right now. It's just us
yes.
saving the freaking tater tots. Oh my god, I love
And we're
that.
like screaming like this is war. Yes.
Do we think that Emma Han hates Lucas?
Ooh.
What do we think that they would like? Do you think that we
Here's the
would
thing. Yeah,
hate?
because like what would be talking shit in the changing room after? Well, I guess we
Yeah,
wouldn't
like
be
what
with
would
them,
we?
but like in our own
Mhm,
B class. I would say I think we would be pretty hurt and betrayed about the tater tots, to be honest.
mhm.
But I feel like we wouldn't hate them as much as us.
Mm.
We
I think
can
we would
have an
just.
Emma, Han, and Lucas
The
character
real
arc,
the real
relationship arc.
question is, do we have our in the B class our own Lucas character? Like, do we think that we have a character that what's the name of the other students? I gotta go look that up. Let
It's like
me
just
look that up.
like it's
I know,
us
but
and all our friends.
but there's like names, there's specific names. Oh my god, I
Hmm.
forgot. Like, do we think a Mauricio would be the Lucas?
No, Mauricio is
The Maya Fargo?
1000% Farkle, 1000%. And I
You're
mean that with
100%
like
right.
love and bullying, but no, he's definitely. I mean, he was like the one who was singing, um, that one Farkle song for like 10 minutes while we're on a call, on a call together.
You're 100% right. How
He's
could that
definitely
have
Farkle.
escaped me?
You're lucky that you forgot
It's
about it.
just so, oh my god, it's so funny. When you think about the B class, just like what the hell they're doing is so,
Yes,
ah, like, I feel bad for the B class. Where's their respect? Where's their time? I want to see them.
I agree. I agree full heartedly. I think we can get more into that later too.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. Anyways,
But
after
I
the
agree.
cafeteria scene, there's a scene where the girls are in the changing room or in the dressing room. And this is one of my favorite quotes where Riley's like, "Oh, I didn't see any fire," and then Yindra, I love her. She says, "It wasn't a fire, it was a fryer. It was fryer." Like I love
I
that
love
like
that.
play of words. Like it was fryer. Like ooh, yes, yes, queen. I love it.
I love that part. She's so clever.
Also, it's funny that Sarah's like, he's the definition of white trash. Look in the mirror,
Bro.
sweetie.
Literally.
Oh my god. That's so funny to me.
What else happens? I guess
Jack.
Julie. Uh-huh.
Jack and Lucas. After he
Oh.
started all that shit, he goes to Jack. And let me tell you that it makes me mad because Jack goes and says, "This is the 4th time the fire department is considering adding us to a list. My man's is gonna be the boy who cried wolf. One day there's gonna be a fire in Adams. They're not gonna go. Oh my god, that should totally be an episode.
You want the school to burn down.
Oh, you know what? How funny would that be? I could just imagine Farkle and Maya going, "No! Suffer, little people, suffer." Lucas in the back is like, "I started this fire."
But I would think he would be upset because well, I guess it depends what season we're in, because he was like
Season
dependent on the school, shall we say.
Oh yeah, you know what? You're right about that. Oh, never mind. He wouldn't do it. Never mind.
But I feel like someone probably in the techie area would like accidentally set stuff on fire.
Do we think that would be Dave or
Probably.
Dave?
He gets the song cannon and he blows shit.
He finally buys a cannon. Oh my god. For Les Mis, they're like, "We need to get a cannon. We need to make a cannon." He buys a cannon. That would be hilarious.
Oh my god.
But that's where I'm going with. 4 times he's done this.
Mm-hmm.
How many times has he probably taken the attention away from an actual fire?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he's like killed people accidentally?
Possibly. Or even just like major property damage that ruins people financially. This is why I say that not only is the going-ons of the school a threat to the students, but New York at large. They are evil people in this school.
Evil, and there's no there's like a lot of selfishness.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, I get it. It's in a performing arts school. I've never been to one, but I can imagine that's just probably very dramatic and very like selfish people up in there. Because they kind of have to be like ambitious. They have to be they can't be just always friendly.
Yeah.
I get that. Oh my god. After the Jack and Lucas conversation, we see Jack leaves his office and he overhears Eric talking shit. I don't know if you remember this, but this was interesting to me because I was like, wow, the counselor's over here talking shit about Jack. I don't know about that. Let's be a little nice to my boy Jack.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to see like their rivalry this season and how they don't like each other.
I literally completely forgot about that. I forgot that they had ever been like kind of enemies, or like not enemies, but they were definitely not allies.
Yes.
They were just kind of mad at each other and their way of teaching, their way of doing things. But I feel bad for Jack because he has to take care of the whole school. Eric is just a guidance counselor. Okay, he doesn't have to deal with the pay, the damage that Lucas does. He doesn't have to deal with that.
Literally, why? Okay, here's a question. Okay, well, and I see the answer, but it's like, shouldn't Lucas be going to Eric for like guidance counselor, like therapy shit? But
I think he would rather kill himself, to be honest. Oh my
god,
not to be like shit. I'm sorry, not to make light of a situation like that, but Lucas does not like to converse about himself.
Yeah,
like, he does not like that.
Yeah, because I was gonna say that's what I was thinking, but then immediately I thought the only person that he could be able to talk even close to anything about is with Jack, because him and Jack have like a certain parental type relationship that will be developed later. So I understand that, but like Lucas needs some repercussions for his actions, please.
For real. Get him out of here. Get him out of here for at least a month. But then I feel bad because obviously he needs to be at the school for like some reasons we'll learn about later on in the season.
Yes.
But he is a danger to the other students and to society.
True. Yeah, exactly.
And like it hurts because I genuinely do love him. Like if I don't think about the show in a serious manner and I just like, oh, I love Lucas, I wouldn't care. But 4 times he's called the fire department. 4 times. I can't get over that.
Yeah, I did not remember that it had happened now. Like I knew it had happened at least once before, but 4 times? That's concerning.
Oh, I forgot to rank the stage performance and I gave that a 9 out of 10. Loved it.
Nice. So what did you think of, I guess we can talk about Riley's performance?
Yeah, I think that's the next thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I love Riley and I usually always love her performances, but this was definitely I don't like Ellie Goulding. Like she chosen maybe another song.
Yeah.
Maybe show off her vocal talent, not go with the soft whisper.
Mm-hmm. But I think, yeah, like I would say it wasn't necessarily 1,000% engaging for me, but I think that's like the point is that she chooses something very like soft and we'll see her like begin to be more confident throughout the series and stuff. So I guess it is good for like, I mean, I know that we were like bullying or being mean to everyone for like saying that Riley wasn't that amazing, but it shows that it wasn't like necessarily at the par of like other performances. Though I do like the juxtaposition between how all the divas are like larger than life, you know what I mean? And it's like we can find the niceness in just like the softer moment.
True. I mean, obviously, I love Riley and her performance for this. I gave it an 8 out of 10. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Love her. But yeah, she's definitely there's definitely a contrast between her and the divas, and it shows, and that's good, I guess. But
Mm-hmm.
got a performing arts school.
Oh yeah.
Like let's get some up in there, you know, a little jazz, a little drama, a little vocal talent that's like high, whatever. What's it called?
Falsetto.
A falsetto, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, but I'll also say, you know, how we were talking about how Lucas notices the performance and is like rude to her, but like I think also that kind of plays into that idea of like Lucas doesn't like the larger than life, like diva kind of performance, but like Riley's approach makes him notice her more, and he's more like into the quiet, softer moments himself too.
I just find it so funny that he just insults her. Like Lucas, you could have just said nice performance, but that would hurt him.
He literally is not even that. He just like could have not said anything.
Yeah, but he was like, oh, I'm gonna say something.
Yeah, and like we said, you know, that probably was him trying to be like, remember me. You know, I'm here. I'm gonna talk.
I'm here. I love that. Oh, he's trying his best.
So I guess the last thing is the chorus line one song.
Yes, that was my favorite of the whole show.
Ooh.
Maybe it's because it just ends off, and I love kind of the song is playing and we're seeing the lives of the students behind doors, behind closed doors. So then we learn that Maya is not all that rich that she makes herself to be, and we learn that she's kind of poor.
Yeah, she's below the poverty. She's not kind of like she is.
She is
but
poor,
yeah.
which you know, there's definitely some lying going on in this school. And this character.
I really liked. I think one of my favorites was Farkle, because I just liked how you can see the kind of like frantic, frenetic deep need to be liked to the point where he's like obsessing over every single aspect of himself, and just like was really interesting to me. Although again, if you want to be that well liked, why are you wearing a blazer to school?
My man is just trying, but he's not doing a good job. Oh, we learned that Charlie is a cat. He's like religious.
Okay.
Which is such a funny reveal. Like, oh, he's religious? Oh no.
And I'm just gonna say this again. You know, spoilers. This is the moment I really think that when I was reading this, the crucifix with everything else, I was like, okay, he's gay. Like, I just knew. I see the vision. I put 5 and 5 together.
Real recognize real, you know.
Exactly.
It was definitely we get to learn that Isadora is in a foster home.
Oh, true.
So we kind of see that she kind of has. First of all, I feel bad for her because she has a busy home life because she has all those kids that she lives with, and she has a busy school life with all these annoying kids. So when is her moment of peace?
Very true. That's true. And also, like, with her, like, being autistic, and she, like, has a lot of issues with, like, sensory overload and stuff. Like,
poor
I
girl.
feel like that would definitely, like, make her more stressed out and stuff. That's a good point, Hanny.
I feel bad for her because she has to deal with all that. Like, you know, she doesn't really have a safe moment. Like, sometimes there's quiet in the tech booth, but so much goes on in that school. I tell you, where's the moment to relax?
Yeah. And especially, like, how Eric was talking about before, like, oh, she's, like, kind of in charge of a lot of things, right? And she, like, always has to be putting out fires, metaphorically, and I guess literally with Lucas.
Lucas over here.
So, yeah. Poor Issa.
Oh, yeah, and then we also learn Lucas, he's already at school. So super early in the morning, and he kind of is, like, changing himself and brushing his teeth and shit. Like,
Like, I don't think he doesn't love the school enough to be there that early. So,
he starts a fire. Yeah, so we kind of learned a little bit of that. That's why probably he's my favorite performance, because we get it played over the students' lives, and we're kind of seeing everything. So it's very interesting. I like how they did that. Shout out to Maggie and Esther.
Yes, I like that scene. I guess we can talk about
go over our favorites. Maybe?
Yeah, if we haven't talked about them already. So, like, who was your favorite character for this episode?
Oh man, there's so much. Like, I was kind of torn between Riley and Jack, because we start the series with both of them. And with Jack and his advert, and we kind of see throughout the episode how much he does care for the students, how he has so much responsibility on his shoulders, and I feel bad for him. So I think he does definitely take the cake for fake character of this episode. But, like, overall, my favorite character is probably Riley, with Lucas second behind. How about you?
Yeah, so I said for this episode, I think, so I had one main, and then I also had, like, honorary mention. So I said Riley because I just, like, I love her, and I like seeing AAA through her eyes and stuff. I think she's, like, a very good character for that, because she's a lot more, like, sympathetic to people and kind of notices smaller things that other people don't, especially being new. And then my honorary mention, Jack, which is like you, I was kind of torn between Riley and Jack. I don't know, Jack was like, I just love Jack, and it was really interesting seeing him. Great. And then my other honorary mention was Dylan, just because he, like, had a lot of really fun lines and was just, like, fun, like, just kind of the whole, like, techie crop of, like, you know, they add a little zest in life to, like, that's, like, more chill. compared to like all the crazy chaos of the divas fighting and stuff.
Yeah, Dylan is always a great character. I don't think he could ever disappoint me.
True.
Oh, we also learned that Riley's parents kind of have a little tiff going. They always, like, she kind of has some drama in her life. And one thing that I forgot I was gonna mention after we kind of finish, we see that in the beginning of the episode we have Riley and she has a home screen picture of her and Augie, but no parents. And I just want to say, screw Augie. That's it. Out of all out of everything that she could have had as her home screen picture, she has Augie. Augie?
We are August Matthews aunties. We don't 100%. Like it. He's a traitor. He's like 7, but he's no,
he's 8, but he is a traitor. Yeah, he's 8. I don't because they're like 7 years apart, I think, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I was counting with my fingers. Sorry, with the quiet. But for sure, we kind of learned that Riley, she's dealing with some shit at home, and she also has to deal with things at school.
True.
So I feel bad for her.
Yeah. Speaking of parents, your DILF ranking for this episode.
My DILF ranking, I think Jack does take the cake, but Eric is second.
Ooh, okay.
Have you ever seen Will what's his last name? Frido?
I think it's like the chips. I think it's Frido.
Frido. Yeah, he's cute when he was young, and now he's cute. I like him.
Okay, you might get upset at my DILF ranking.
Oh, I already know who you're gonna say. Get out of here.
Okay, well, number 1 is Jack. Duh. Okay. He's probably gonna be number 1 for the whole show. Number 2, I put Sean.
I'm ending the podcast right this second.
Did you actually?
No.
Okay. Sorry, I'm checking the thing.
It was so funny. Imagine I did.
Sean, I put him because, okay, I have problems with him, but he was giving me flavor this episode. I also liked when he was being annoying and he was like, or Angela was like, what are we doing today? And he's like singing song.
Girl, you know why he's giving you flavor? Because my boy don't shower. He's giving you some musty flavor.
It's musty flavor. What can I say? I have a Hunter allegiance, but Jack is number 1. And then 3rd, I put Eric.
That works, yeah.
And then 4th, I put Corey. But he's like way below everyone. Like, even though the other parents were not like super mentioned, like all the other fathers, well, most of them.
I would love to put number 1 Randall.
We're not there yet, though. I don't think you can. Yeah.
We'll get there.
We don't want to get. I mean, we already got super ahead of ourselves like 50 times, but we can keep the DILF ranking more to where we're at.
Oh my god, that was beautiful.
Wow.
That's basically the whole episode. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
We're done.
Thank you for listening. If we put this out.
Oh, one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't even take the fucking stairs. Read the episode, you'll understand what I meant by that.
Yes. If you want to know everything, read the episode.
Yes, please go to ambitionsource.tumblr.com. Please support. Please read. You'll have fun.
Yes. And hopefully you have fun listening. And thank you, Hanny. This was very fun.
Yeah, thank you for joining the podcast idea, because I did not want to do this alone. I was like, you know what? I hope Emma wants to do this, because I was going to force you to do it.
Damn.
You don't get a choice, ma'am.
Well, I volunteered myself, and I'm glad I did. This was very fun.
This is one. Yeah.
We don't know if there will be a schedule to, but
I don't know. We'll figure that out.
Keep your little peepers peeled. That was the worst sentence I've ever spoken.
Keep your little peepers peeled.
For our little chat about the next episode. And we're gonna spend a lot of time talking about Phantom of the Opera. So but if you don't like it, we won't wink, but but we will. All right. Goodbye.
Bye.